Sniper Wolf, one of the biggest YouTubers in the world, faces backlash for refusing to message a dying child who I believe is dealing with cancer. So, YouTuber Aaliyah SS Sniper Wolf Shalish is no stranger to drama, and she recently has been accused of faking her gameplay and heavily editing her posts. Now, Sniper Wolf has been accused of avoiding meeting with a terminally ill child. On an episode of Adam 22's No Jumper podcast, a child named Kiara said that it was her dream to meet Sniper Wolf with over 30 million YouTube subscribers. Now, Sniper Wolf is best known for her reaction videos and TikToks. Adam22 reached out to Sniper Wolf with Kiara's request and got a response from the popular YouTuber right away. Which, by the way, if you haven't seen this video, go check it out on No Jumper or even like on the episode, probably on his podcast and stuff, right? And it's called Making a 10-Year-Old's Final Wish Come True. Because No Jumper's an interesting guy, and for him to go and do something like he did is very kind. It's very generous. So Sniper Wolf sent an Instagram message to Kiara's mother saying she would love to chat with her or send a video message. In response, the mother said that she would do whatever it takes to make it happen. Sniper Wolf responded that she could arrange a quick call around Christmas, but the meeting never happened. As the two continued to try and agree on a time, the mother posted an Instagram story about the situation. And Sniper Wolf messaged the mother to delete the story, stating that she doesn't usually do this and didn't want others asking for similar video messages. The mother promptly deleted the story and apologized. Now, here's the thing, right? I want to take it from two different perspectives because you have to understand both sides in the situation, right? You got to understand the perspective of the mother and the kid, right? Because, the kid is potentially dying very soon. The mother wants to do everything that she can to try to make the last moments of her kid the best that it can be, right? It's like, hey, I want to give her this final memory, right? But then you also have to look at it from someone in Sniper Wolf's position because you got to keep in mind she has over 30 million people that are her fans or subscribed to her, right? And she gets millions upon millions of views on everything that she posts, right? Meaning it could get into a weird situation is that if she does something like this, right, where she does make a call to her fan in this situation, is every fan going to potentially do something to try to get them to go on a call with her, right? Because, based off her statement that she doesn't usually do this, this could end up becoming something where people are always wanting her to do it, and she doesn't necessarily have the time to necessarily do it for everyone. Where, like, she can't necessarily make everyone happy. Now, I understand potentially doing something like this because it's a specific request from a specific person, and this is a very specific situation that is verifiable and all that kind of stuff, right? And here's the thing, you got to think about too. In like a very specific circumstance with just one person, spending 5 minutes to do a video call doesn't take much, right? But you still have to understand the perspective like, wait a minute, if she does do this, how many more messages is she going to basically get harassed with to basically be like, hey, call me, call my kid, spend time with my kid, you owe my kid time, you owe me time, you owe all this stuff time, right? Because this is the sad reality of when you get to like a level that she is at, where people feel entitled to that person's attention because they feel like that they know them, they feel like that they deserve something from them. And that's not necessarily the case, right? It's just a person basically doing their job, producing content. That's basically what they're doing. And yet, since the fans and the family of fans end up getting like interacting with the content so much, they believe that like, oh, this person owes them something. We know this person. We should just be able to call this person at any given time. Like it doesn't matter what they're doing in their life, you know? Like what about what my kid wants, what my kid needs, what I want you to do for my kid. Like this is where you get into the situations because people have always heard the stories where you had people literally breaking into people's homes, right? Like you had fans breaking into like YouTubers' homes because they just want to spend time with them or like take a video with them or say hi to them or do some crazier stuff with them, right? So you got to understand that perspective as well. So in the end, Sniper Wolf messaged the mom that she was very busy and explained that it was difficult to find a time to call Kiera. Now, this prompted Kira's mom to become emotional in the exchange. She explained that her daughter watched Sniper Wolf's content throughout her cancer treatment and had days left to live. You shouldn't have even reached out because then I could have just told Kira that I tried. I told her you wanted to say hi and instead you blew off a dying 10-year-old girl for days. It's all good, the mother said. Now, that being said, this kind of like statement right here is very emotionally driven and basically is trying to force Sniper Wolf to necessarily like feel bad about this whole situation. Like, oh, this is 100% on Sniper Wolf, right? Which is kind of like a low blow, but is understandable, right? So after the exchange, the mother blocked Sniper Wolf. So the streaming community was clearly upset by the exchange between Sniper Wolf and her young fan's mother, and the YouTuber was met with fierce backlash and harsh words, as many fans expressed shock that she hadn't taken the time to reach out to the fan. So this is actually the thing that it says. So F Parad 0x, I believe. Crazy how you can't take 5 to 10 minutes out of your day for a dying lid, but basically supposed to be a kid, right, on her like post and all that kind of stuff. So the concern and backlash prompted her to tweet that she sent the little girl a video calling the situation drama. Now here's the thing, right? Apparently, maybe one of the main reasons why people probably got so angry at her is that while all this stuff was going on, apparently she was also constantly posting on social media about her going out to eat to like lavish dinners, going out to party, going out to like concerts, going out clubbing, that kind of stuff, right? So like basically saying like, hey, like you have all this time where you're spending so much free time having the time of your life that you just couldn't in this specific situation spend like 5 minutes, 10 minutes to just do like a quick video call with the girl and be like, hey, how are you doing? Are you feeling okay? What do you like about the content? Blah, blah, anything, right? Like just asking the girl about her, right? Her life, her situation, all that kind of stuff. Like just doing small talk, right? So that's probably why people are even more pissed off, kind of thing, right? Because this would be a different situation if like basically like she was so busy that she wasn't even uploading videos, or she was uploading like a crazy amount of videos. She was working constantly, like 12, 14 hours a day, all that kind of stuff, right? Stressed out, busy, all that kind of stuff, not going out, all that kind of stuff. But apparently, because she's doing all this stuff and posting it to social media, it's kind of in that weird situation. Like, wait a minute, you could spend like 2 hours clubbing, but you can't spend like 10 minutes wishing a dying girl hi, basically. She also says people just want an excuse to start drama. I have gotten into contact with the girl's mom and I have sent her a video. From Leah at Sniper Wolf, December 28th, 2021. And Sniper Wolf's claim that she had gotten into contact with the mother was not met with applause, and people replied to the tweet saying that Sniper Wolf had only met with the girl to save her reputation, not because she truly wanted to spend the time talking with Kiara. Many were baffled that Sniper Wolf wouldn't take the time out of her day to send a message before the situation became public. I would have to agree with that. And some fans stood up for Sniper Wolf, stating that the YouTuber has a busy schedule, but not many seemed willing to buy into the idea that she couldn't spend a few minutes saying hello. And this is the thing. I understand both sides, and if you end up stumbling upon this, you got to look at it from both sides. But if you're trying to make the claim that you're so busy, and that's your reasoning, but you're also on social media posting you basically eating lavish desserts, going out to eat with friends, with family, doing basically a whole bunch of fun stuff, basically living your life, and spending a lot of free time doing that, where you can't say like hi to the girl. That's where people end up being like, hey, what's going on? That seems kind of odd. Because another way to look at it, right? If something only takes like less than, like, let's just say under 5 minutes to do, under 10 minutes to actually go and do, just do it, right? Because it's actually usually ending up being the quicker option and usually the easier option, right? For example, if you're thinking about, oh, just like not doing your, like, cleaning your dishes after you eat, and you're wanting to just stick it inside the sink, right? But it's only going to take like under 5 minutes to just clean your dishes. Just clean your dishes, right? Because it's just going to pile up to where you're going to have to spend like 20, 30 minutes cleaning your dishes at one time when you maybe don't actually really have the time to go and do that. So she could literally have just called this girl and her mom and all that kind of stuff, like on her way to go take a crap, right? Like that's the crazy thing about this situation, right? Because you could literally just probably do like a video call on, like, I don't know, like a FaceTime thing, and just be like, hey, I'm a little bit busy, but like, hey, how are you doing? Tell me about yourself. Tell me about, like, just like you could make small talk for a few minutes, right, with anyone. And so the fact that she wasn't even able to do that, or like willing to do that, I should say, but she's willing to record a video, that's just like really weird, right? And another reason why we wanted to cover this is because this kind of goes to show you that like money isn't everything in life, right? Like, for example, if that kid's mother had endless amounts of money, right? What is that going to do for the kid? Nothing, right? Okay, maybe you might have like better caretaking, but if it's like a terminally ill situation, it doesn't look good no matter what, right? And so if the thing that's most important to her is to like talk to her, YouTube idol, like that's more important to her than money, then you can see how like sometimes the things that make you the happiest has nothing to do with money, right? The main purpose of money is for it to be used as a tool to help you do and get what you want, right? To help you give you a little bit more options in life. And this is the thing you got to understand too. We're also talking about one of the biggest YouTube creators. We're talking someone who's probably making millions of dollars a month, okay? A month, where she couldn't spend 5 minutes doing a call in a very specific situation, right? Like, I'm not talking about like, I'm not expecting her in her position to basically be like, hey, I'm going to just video call everyone, right? And maybe she was kind of like put off from this because the mom tried to get people to basically be like, hey, go contact Sniper Wolf to try to make this work out better. I can understand why Sniper Wolf might have been like, okay, maybe I don't want to do this anymore. But We are talking about someone who is a multi-millionaire who makes millions of dollars a month that couldn't even spend 5 minutes of her time to be like, hey, which, by the way, another thing to understand too, the majority of her views on YouTube comes from videos that she's done possibly like a year, 2 years ago, right? So technically speaking, she could literally not post for like 2 months and still make millions of dollars from YouTube during that time. Like that's how crazy her situation actually is. So she could easily just spend 5 minutes to be like, hey, how's it going? You know? By the way, if you want to learn how to get out of debt, go to 40inbox.com.